everyone, I am Mecha Random 42, your favorite YouTube harpy. Orville, oh my god, we're talking about the Orville. I love talking about the Orville. It's such a good show. That being said, this was probably one of the weaker episodes, even though it was still really, really good. I hate being so critical of the Orville, but I have to kind of give my honest opinion. And it did... This episode, this is episode 13, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I knew I'd forget that, how many tomorrows, right? This is episode 13 of season 2. Without getting into any spoilers, 7.5 out of 10. Another 7.5 out of 10. And I'm only dinging it a little bit because it is like the 4th relationship episode this season, kind of. There's so many like relationship-y sort of episodes. I'm not a fan of romance, and that's more of a personal taste, right? And even though I'm not a huge fan of that, I still love these episodes of the Orville. They just get me. Oh, they're so sweet and beautiful. And that really isn't going to spoil anything for you because that's not even like the main focus of the episode. It's just one of the subplots. So if you haven't watched the Orville, go watch it. It's really, really good. You're going to have some nods to like some really good Star Trek The Next Generation episodes. And I'm really, really excited for it. So please, please, please go watch it. It's on Hulu. By the time I got around to watching it because of Rift Tracks this week, I watched it on Hulu live with everybody. And it was a good episode. This is one of those shows I don't want to watch with other people if, like, for the first time because I want to absorb everything about it. I want to take it in. I want to, know... I want to know every little detail of it without anything wanting to distract me, right? And when I'm doing a live stream, I do want to talk to the chat. So, this is a good show, though. This is a really good show. This is such a, 7.5 out of 10. Go watch it. I got to get into the spoilery part. So, if you don't want the spoilers, turn off the video now. Good show. So they're messing around. Full spoilers, right? They're messing around on the show with like the thing from episode 1, from the pilot, from the season 1, the kind of anti-banana ray. I can't remember the exact name for it, but it's kind of the anti-banana ray, right? And they accidentally, because of whatever condition, and like I said, I didn't get a chance to really pay 100% attention because we were live streaming this, and I'm not going to do that anymore because I missed too much of this. But yeah, they were messing around with it, and they opened up something, and they brought in Kelly from 7 years ago onto the ship. They ended up transporting her or whatever, pulled her out of time. So you have Kelly, like our current Kelly, and then past Kelly, not young and old Kelly. No, we're not doing young and old Kelly. They even make a joke about it. Past Kelly, they brought her in from basically she came in from the day after her first date with Ed. And that is my subscription notification. You probably picked it up on the microphone. It was so well done. It was so well done. There was definitely nods to like Thomas Riker from Next Generation, like that whole story arc from Yesterday's Enterprise with Tasha Yar. You have so many good little nods to Star Trek without being a complete ripoff of it. Because they dive into this subject matter of, okay, what do we tell her? Do we tell her anything? She just met me as Ed, she just met Ed and just went on a date with him. What do we tell her? Do we tell her that the relationship didn't work out? They do end up telling her a lot, but that's such an awesome sort of, what if scenario. I love taking shows like this and kind of playing that game where I'm like, okay, well, what would I do in this circumstance? If I met myself from 7 years ago, would I be pissed off and would I hate myself? Or if I met myself 7 years in the future, would I not live up to my expectations? They dive into this so much. And, of course, present Kelly or future Kelly is embarrassed of past Kelly because, you're dumb when you're younger. Everybody feels like they were dumb when they were younger. But then towards the end, through everything they go through, past Kelly is like, yeah, I'm kind of disappointed in how we turned out. So, there's just so many little nods. There's little nods to, just some of the best Star Trek, and I love that. I just absolutely love that. It makes you question, what would you do differently? There's even a little bit of the plot where Ed goes to future Kelly, rather, and says, hey, can I date her since, I would still love to date you, but you're like, no. And they try it. They try it. They play all these sort of, and again, what would you want to do? Would you want to go back and knowing what didn't work about a relationship, still try over with that person? Like if you go back and do it all over again and know, okay, well, if this didn't happen, then the relationship would have worked out. Or what if it worked out, And I'm not going to spoil the ending for this. I don't want to spoil the ending ever because it's so well done. But they do end up sending her back. And, oh god, there's so many good shots in this. There's ship porn, there's like a subplot where they're running from the Kalon at one point, and they have to kind of attach the ship under a giant asteroid, and they have to kind of mask the ship's heat signatures. So basically you see the frost over the giant moon window, like the moon roof. It's so beautiful. So much ship porn, just beautifully shot, well lit, well acted. Seth MacFarlane is like got some acting chops that you don't really realize when you just kind of hear his voice all the time on the cartoons, on Family Guy and on American Dad. But when you really see him and see him kind of emote, especially in these romances, he's really, really doing a great job. This episode was, but that was kind of my problem with it, and that was that's just my personal taste, is that it's like, okay, this is another romance one, kind of, because that's a lot of the plot was the love story between Ed and Kelly, and I think it was necessary to the plot. I think it's very necessary to kind of question that, and I'm really curious if they're going to go forward on another episode, if they're going to set up something different, if sending her back caused some time rift, if sending her back, is caused like an alternate dimension that they're going to bring back later. Did things change? I mean, she's going to make different decisions. They've already set up that she started making different decisions without spoiling exactly what. I don't want to spoil this as much as I can here. But yeah, this is what's intriguing, because they're smart enough on this series to kind of set something up for later, right? They're smart enough to kind of lay in some groundwork. They're smart enough to sprinkle in some like, oh, this is what this is setting up. Oh, this is going to be good. And they keep doing that. And I love that they're doing that, because this is so intelligently written. This is written by people with the same level of IQ of like the viewers. They're not dumbing it down for the audience. They're not pandering. And they genuinely are writing on this level of like intelligence, in my opinion, that Discovery doesn't. And I hate having to compare it to Discovery every week, every time I do these reviews, but these are like the two big shows that I'm kind of, because they should be, I should love them both. They should both be for me, like every week I show off the DVDs of Star Trek. Oh, you can see the Gorn now. You can kind of see my Gorn. My guitar isn't in the way. But you can see that I am a fan of this genre, of this franchise. And I consider the Orville to be the Star Trek that I wanted, because Discovery is not doing it for me. It just isn't, it doesn't have the brain power. It isn't as intelligently written to make me think. It just throws so much stupid at you that you have to pause it, and you're like, wait, why didn't they do this? Okay, and then you pause it because you missed something else stupid they do. Not on the Orville. The Orville, I'm like, oh, don't end. No, never end. Please never end. Just constantly, I want to be on this ship. I want to go on adventures with this crew. Nobody's mean and nasty to each other. People genuinely seem competent and know what they're doing. And I can tell you what their jobs are and what their personalities are like, and what some of their hobbies are. And this is a crew that wants to hang out and work together and play together and stuff. And that's kind of what you have to do when you're in sort of this military situation. And this is still kind of a military show, right? So tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. And I do have to pitch my P.O. Box, Mecha Random 42, P.O. Box 1566, Loveland, Colorado 80539. I do have a stack started. I'll probably do it on my Tuesday afternoon live stream, do a P.O. Box unboxing, maybe, if I can squeeze that in. I also am raising money for the Star Trek Las Vegas experience. It's not the experience, it's the convention. So I do have a GoFundMe started for that, because I'm a huge Star Trek fan. They've got Klingon karaoke. They've got the Akutas talking about the trials and tribulations and the visual effects and matching that to canon Star Trek. They have so many awesome things. They got NASA panels. Oh my god. So many awesome. Brent Spiner is giving a concert. Brent Spiner is giving a concert singing. So I want to celebrate what I love about Star Trek. I want to geek out and nerd out and have nerdgasms all over the place for Star Trek. And thank you guys so much. I'm at $1,100 of the $2,000 goal, plus some more in Streamlabs and Super Chats. If you guys do want to contribute, I would really, really appreciate it. No pressure. And if no pressure, you don't have to, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Did you love this Orville episode? I love this Orville episode. Thank you so much. I will see you on the next video or live stream. Bye! Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!